hello. Welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie. This is actually, it's meant for Harry, okay. It is meant for Harry. So this is how I read, differently to Meghan and Harry and the royals. So we're actually behaving as if I'm giving him a reading, okay, and it will become clear. Okie dokie. So does Harry watch my channel? Yes, and he also wants to hold it back. He wants to hold it back. Well, you know, I know Harry, okay? It always takes me a few days. But Harry, I know what you've been up to. I know why. I know when. I know who, okay? I know who. So really, you should be pleased with yourself because I've picked it up. You know, when are you going to get it into your head that I am a gifted soul, okay? So you might be trying to hold me back. I know what you've done, but you might be trying to hold me back. And then maybe you'll feel a bit guilty. Or is it that I make you feel guilty? Okay, I suppose I do. I suppose I do. So really, this stems from Harry a couple of, well, it must be over a week now, okay, because I had 5 days off. And now it's come to this, okay? So I can only assume, Harry, this was about the January the 6th readings. Is that right, Harry? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so are you going to be really impressed, aren't you, Harry, with my accuracy? You know I know. So for those of you that aren't aware, okay, information came to light. Harry's not been too impressed with these videos, and so contacted YouTube and had to argue with them over me. So that's, I don't know why that is. Probably that I'm a small channel and not much of a threat to anybody, but those videos really pissed him off, more so than ever before. So yeah, he did try and work with somebody. I've been suppressed, there's no doubt about it, by YouTube because of Harry. But I'm not angry with you, Harry. All it's done is just like spare me on to, you know, talk about you, to you, okay? I'm not bothered because I've only got 5,000, if that, and I don't do it for money. It's not money, Harry, so you're not going to upset me by taking away views or subscribers or out like that. You're not. It's a love that I do for my work. It's a vocation. It's a hobby. It's not a business, okay? And I've got my own money. I don't depend on YouTube views for money. How does Harry see me? Oh, that I distort the truth to gain subs. That I'm all about gaining subs and views. Oh, Harry, I don't even bother asking anymore. I don't even bother. And he's not fond of what I say. He's definitely not fond of what I say. And that is to do with these videos that came out. And straight away, I knew something was wrong, but I was questioning myself. And then, well, then you showed up, Harry, in my readings, didn't you? Right, Harry, let the reading commence, okay? So, let's talk about your feelings, okay? Your feelings, let's talk. Oh, well, he's going to be happy. I think he's going to be happy, okay? He's going to be happy with this. This is like a wish for him, you know. Read for me, not on me. Read for me, not the stuff I do. So his feelings, I tell you what this guy wants. Harry wants, you want to feel like you've got everything in life, haven't you? You know, and now it's too good to be true, or be careful what you wish for, Harry. Be careful what you wish for. I think he wishes, you know, you wish things differently. So if I know you, Harry, which I think I do, okay, then I know that you can go from 0 to 100 in mood swings, okay? So you could be angry in the morning, be okay in the afternoon, and then not be okay again later in the day. So it's kind of that up and down, up and down. And you've always had this, Harry. You've always had it. You had it in the royal family. You had really, really serious bouts of depression. And unfortunately, everybody around you would say, well, what's wrong with you? You've got this, you've got that, you've got the other. Well, depression affects us all the same. It's just whether it's more or not, okay? Some people just have depression, but you, Harry, have got major depressions. When I saw you the other night on that stage, Harry, I felt for you. I really did. I just saw how vulnerable you looked, okay? I see how vulnerable you looked. Now, going back to your emotions, because you're full of emotions, okay? You're full of something else sometimes as well, but anyway, that was a joke, Harry. Yeah, so I'm seeing for you that, yeah, you think you've got everything you want, but it's empty. It's empty. And these depressions and this anxiety, it comes on and you can't do anything about it. It doesn't matter whether you're a billionaire or, you know, someone with no job on the streets, okay? You're having it. And you've been having it for a long time, Harry, haven't you? I would say when your mum's death would have been a catalyst, but I think he was already demonstrating moods anyway before then. Okay, some might have described you as difficult or active and rushing, headstrong, stubborn. But why I'm saying that, Harry, is that your brain changed significantly. I'll tell you now, Harry, your brain doesn't finish, growing and changing and adapting until you're the age of 25. So given that you've had a traumatic event, by the way, with your mum's death, some difficulties leading up to it, your brain chemistry changed, and that can be due to stress as well. Stress. So we're looking at, a bit of self-torture as well, and, not understanding why you feel like this way, and you can be so angry at the slightest thing. Your judgment is impaired. Your brain is impaired, okay? It changed. It changed. Now, there's lots of people whose brains have been impaired as well. Mine being one of them. And I know loads of people, and a lot of my subscribers as well. We're quite honest about our feelings and emotions. So how I'm feeling like here is that you wish you could have said goodbye to your mum. That's done untold damage to you because you've carried guilt. Guilt, Guilt that the last time you didn't speak to her, it's guilt, Harry. But he was a child, for God's sake, He wasn't a psychic, you didn't have, well, there's no excuse, There's no excuse that I can think of why you should feel guilty, okay? You was a child, and that's what you need to go back to and have a word with yourself, If you can't picture yourself, then picture a conversation between you and Archie. And what you would say. And that's where a bit of anger comes. But, you know, you're stuck in the past all the time. You're hurt by things, hurt by things, hurt by things. And this is because your brain chemistry doesn't operate like other people. And you've been so long in the tooth of experiencing these depressions and these anxieties and then the substance abuse and what have you. That's going to be very difficult without treatment, okay? And you don't need a psychologist, you don't need a counsellor. You do need me though. You do need me, I'll tell you how it is. But anyway, yeah, so your brain chemistry changed, and that's you've carried guilt with you all the time. How has Harry's, you know, how has your behaviour affected your dad? Yeah, you're right, Harry. You know, in the absence of you, of course him and William got closer. Of course they did. That's another thing you've done. You've compared yourself to William. Well, all I can say is William's brain chemistry is different to yours, Harry. You know, you've had a lot of stress. I don't even know if it was in the womb or what, you know. But you've had to deal with things with William differently, okay? You're not the same people, but obviously something's gone wrong with you to make you so unhappy, Harry. You really are unhappy. And I worry about you for the future, I do. Harry, you know, what are you seeing with Meghan? That she can't stay out of the limelight, that you don't like doing it. I know you was bullied into doing that award, Harry. I know, I absolutely know, because Meghan was stubborn and she doesn't care about your feelings in the moment. Because, Harry, if she did, you'd have just done the video one. Never mind who's this or who's going to boo or anything. I don't feel you wanted to be in that position at all. And you may thought you could appease her, you know, and once this is done, there's nothing else. You're not going to go through with that again. Yet she's putting you through it. She's putting you through it. Now, I'm not one to tell you whether you stay in your relationship or not. But I could see, the world could see, that you're clearly not happy, you know. You're fighting the world, you're fighting the royals, but you're fighting with Meghan as well. And she doesn't have empathy or a conscience like you do. She doesn't feel any guilt, you know. You feel guilty about, you know, your mum, but she don't give a shit about her dad. Being with Meghan and wanting to stay out of the limelight, it's just not going to happen, Harry, okay? It's unrealistic views as well. You might want to turn down work, but she won't. You know, I think offers do come into you, but you're trying not to. I mean, I don't know why you're working at all, Harry, really. You could, you know, jet set around the world, go buy yourself a yacht or, you know, and just live in hotels like Meghan likes to, like you're used to. You don't need to go out and create stuff, you know. Riviera, I mean, we all know that was a plaster over a massive wound. But again, you know, your emotions are ruling you. It's as if you're over emotional at times. I don't know why, and I will tell you later on, Harry, but, you know, we're just going through the motions. You know, Meghan with her Diana dressing. I mean, that can't be good for you, Harry. You know, having to work so hard to get your attention, because that's, you know, essentially what Megan did. And do you know what? I don't blame you. I'd feel flattered as well, but I'd see a little few red flags afterwards when you're trying to shove me off to another country, you know, and fight with my family. I mean, they're the red flags, not how she got to you. But dressing like Harry, you know, you're just kidding yourself. You are kidding yourself about that situation. It's not healthy, is it, Harry? But you ain't got nowhere to go, have you? You ain't got your family. You ain't even got your army veterans, your friends. You've been totally isolated. No, I will say isolated. You're going to say, no, I'm in love. I did it out of love. I mean, this can't be good for your children, Harry. It really can't. And what's going to happen next? What? That Meghan starts to dress Lily like the Queen. This is genetic pain, Harry, and you're passing it on. You're passing it on. You're passing it on. It's like all the mood swings and instability, fights with Meghan, not letting them see the royal family, you know, not even letting the royal see a picture in the paper, you know. The same with Meghan's family. Meghan doesn't want you to change. Meghan doesn't want you to get better, Harry, but you can. She doesn't want you to change because then you cave in or give in, you know, easily. It's like you're not thinking for yourself. You said you wanted to go and, you know, be independent and, you know, live like a normal person. Yet, I don't know whether it's true, but, you know, maybe you hold the purse strings, but Meghan directs where it goes. And I wonder if you've, like, taken any accountability, you know, like going to a shop and buying a sandwich. Well, I know you got 2 coffees one day or something, but Harry, we all know that was somebody else got them. How does, you know, Harry see himself as a father? Well, I kind of feel like he wants it to be over, that the kids aren't seen, you know, and going out. He kind of wants that. Oh, Harry, I've just seen it. So you want to be a better parent? Maybe you feel like, you know, you're going through the motions. You're going through the emotions. It's very difficult to find joy in something when you've got all this mood instability. And like I say, you're impaired. Your judgment is impaired. Because all you're doing is clinging on, trying to work out why you feel the way you do. Why you feel the way you do. Well, I must have told you 15 times already, but you have taken loads of antidepressants over the years and they've not worked, have they, Harry? They've not. You don't need to talk to anybody. You don't need to keep a journal. You don't need to go see a psychiatrist. And you don't need to keep battering yourself, you know. This problem here is could be changed. Maybe will change, you know, if you take my advice towards the end. So you won't leave the children. You feel you can't. Absolutely understand that. But, you know, Megan using your mum and everybody else to feed your paranoia and make you feel upset. You cannot let this happen to your children, Harry. You're responsible for them, okay? You are. You brought them into this world and you're responsible for them and for their future happiness. So how can you start a dialogue, Harry, with the royals? Don't be telling people, you know, don't say you're on a flight. Don't, just do it and do it quietly, okay? Everybody will be impressed. More so if you don't, sorry guys. Yeah, but more so, just don't tell anybody. That's all I want. Don't put the names in the papers. Don't write books on them. Don't use awards, you know, for revenge. And now's not a good time for you to jump in and try and get with the royal families, because all this is wrong. All this is wrong. So you'd just be leaving with the same problems and you'd be coming back into it with the same problems. You need something more than what everybody has been offering you for years. And I don't mean drugs. I'm on about, you know, prescription medications. Now, I did say, Harry, I do worry about you, especially, I mean, can you imagine us seeing that on stage, Harry? How frightened you were, how anxious, uncomfortable. I know it was a nightmare for you, I do. So, if you showed that on stage, then there must be more that goes on in the home, Harry. You know, does Megan want you to get a grip on things? Absolutely not, Harry. These people never do. She's never happy anyway. She'd be even less happy if you tried thinking for yourself. I don't think she likes a depression, so whether it be sleeping late, maybe. So she wants you to get up, but she doesn't want you to make your own deals or write your own checkbook. Yeah, I see there's a bit of an imbalance there, Harry. And I'm sure as well, deep down, you will agree. Well, you are like you are. And don't forget, you've been like Kate, but even worse with Megan, okay? It's as if, like, you were strong all this time and then you got into a relationship with Megan and then broke down. Now, that does happen. It does happen. I've seen it happen. It's happened. It's like, you know, getting to that point and then feeling relaxed. But as you know, Harry, it's only a temporary fix. And soon enough, the old feelings come back and the anxiety and the paranoia. Right, certainly, you know, I don't know why you watch YouTube anyway. I wouldn't. If somebody was slagging me off or criticising me all the time, I just won't bother. There's some stuff, Harry, that doesn't need to go into your head. However, it does. And then you've got taken on all these responsibilities as well. Like with companies, Better Up, or, you know, whoever it is that you're trying to silence. BFP. But it's a lot, isn't it, Harry? You know, we don't have that pressure that you do. You know, you're part of the royal family. You're talked about all the time. Every minute is analysed. Everything you say. Then you've got all these people that are feeding you false information to keep you in that position where you literally feel unsafe. All these people that say this, I don't know, and if it's coming from Meghan as well, you might believe everything she says right now, but you're going to wake up. You're going to wake up. You have to. You have to do what I advise you to do soon, so that you can become whole again and the depression leaves you. Anxiety may stay. It just takes a bit of practice to sort of like bump it out of your head, to feel like you have control of your life again, and to be able to think and enjoy things, but, you know, and not enjoy things as well, but on a normal scale, not on the scales that you do. Why do I worry about you? I think there's two here, Harry. I don't think about you as much, but I feel about your children, because even Catherine, you know, pointed out that the early years of a child, including yours, Harry, you know, are fundamental to their growth and their development. And I just saw double the card there, so it's like double standards, isn't it? You know, do you want Archie and Lily to grow up to be like you and Meghan, as you are right now? I don't think so. I don't think you do. It would cause loads of problems, and it will further down the line. I worry that the pressures around you are so much that you can't handle it. Just more desperate tactics. And I see a real problem with wanting to do a spare two. I mean, that's not going to make you feel good at all. You know, who's running the show here, Harry? Have you noticed, Harry, that by doing everything Meghan wants gets you hated, despised, criticised? It's because you're not taking control of your own destiny. You're not writing your own speeches. You're not deciding where you go and who you go with. And I understand why you're doing this, Harry, because your thinking is impaired. How I used to describe it, Harry, was there's a step, but I'm not on the step, and I need to get on the step because that would be a normal level for me, and that I didn't want to go 10 steps, you know. At the end of the day, I was never going to be a brain surgeon, but I just wanted to get on that step to be able to, you know, have my own destiny in my hands, just like you, Harry. That's what you want. You want that step, don't you? And then after that, everything could be okay, or you can choose to do what you like or not to do. Harry, how do you see yourself deep inside, you know, how do you see it? I think you're letting one incident define everything. It's because, Harry, you know, 6 years in, you've made a rod for your own back, and you feel if you had to change the dynamics now, that it would just end up, you know, it's pointless, because in the end, when she says something, it's you're going to do it. It's not, do you want to do it? She's telling you, and you know that you have to. Otherwise, you know, there'll be a kick-off. And you don't like confronting Megan, you know. She's different. She'll, you know, scratch and push and everything. But I think you're afraid that if you lost your temper, you know, this could be, well, you could land a few, you know, slaps on her and maybe not want to stop. Because you do have all that anger. All this, you know, all this, I totally blame all this on your relationships with your family and with Megan, I'm afraid. Harry, have you at times contemplated the unthinkable? You obsess about it all the time, don't you? Especially when you get angry and when you think everything's against you. Many people, Harry, do, you know, have thoughts of ending finally, should I say. And this is why I worry about you. This was always about the reading, that if you don't change things in the brain, okay, you can't change, you know, outside things. I need you to change just the way you think, okay? We need to get this taken care of, because this is what it leads to. And I want you to stop, Harry. Your children need you. Your mum was taken away. I want you to realise what you would be inflicting on your children. And I also want you to know as well, you'll get through this, you know. This is a path, probably, that the universe has put you on. So, you know, there's always room for redemption, but nothing will improve until we get this sorted. And it's awful, Harry, I do know that, but you can heal, you can get better. And you're going to get better. You are going to get better. Well, lamotrigine, what effect would it have on Harry's life if he started taking that? Then he would see, thank God for that, then you will see, Harry, you'll see, you know, that all the professionals around you, don't trust them, okay? Lamotrigine has had high success on curing depression, and I mean it, okay? I talk from experience. It's used for epilepsy and then other disorders, and basically it'll slow your brain down so it's not racing, you know. All of a sudden it becomes more manageable. Don't trust what they say to you, you know. I'll be honest with you, I've seen remarkable change of myself for 4 years. They just kept getting it wrong and telling me this and telling me that, and it ended that I researched this drug, Harry. I researched it. No one offered it to me. And when I asked the doctor to prescribe it, they didn't. So it took a bit of persuading. And because I'd shown and demonstrated, you know, that I knew about this drug and the reactions as well, They'll say it don't work. They won't believe you. They won't believe you. Well, I can tell you now, I started taking it, and then it got to a point, Harry, where I had loads of stuff on the telly recorded, and then it was full. And then I realised I hadn't watched the soaps, we call them Coronation Street, EastEnders, Made in Chelsea, you know, all sorts that was on there. I hadn't been watching TV. I was moving my ass about, you know, and it's something you realise over time. Biting my nails, Harry, honest to God, I stopped. I really did stop. All of these changes were subtle. But now looking back, I can see, unfortunately, what happens here, Harry, is, you know, the minute you get to that normal level and that plateau, right, the guilt will set in. But it won't be about, you know, the guilt of your mum. It'll be the way you've handled things. But, you know, at the end of the day, if you take this and you make an improvement, we'll see it. I don't need you to confirm whether you're taking it or not. I will know within months if you've been taking this drug. They call it last chance saloon. Like you and me and many others, we've all tried taking every antidepressant under the bloody sun. We've gone to counselling, marriage counselling, you know, drawing pictures, art therapists, you name it. A lot of us have been through the similar. And I tell you now, your life will change for the better. I promise you, Harry. Just, you know, don't listen to your doctors. Lamotrigine has to be taken in small doses, and it has to. Otherwise, you could have skin necrosis, you know, fall off. I know, but I took it. I was desperate, and it bloody worked, Harry. So, you know, that is my advice to you. How would you feel? Like, the doctors are like, well, why would you want that? Why would you want that? Like I say, it slows the brain down, you know, to a remarkable ability to function. And it's not that you're going to go and, you know, get angry at Meg or anybody. It's that you'll be on that normal, you'll be able to see then. You'll have normal judgment. You'll know what you're doing. And you'll know what you're doing is right for you. It maybe even give you some negotiation, you know, persuading things. How would Megan feel about Harry using lamotrigine and getting better? Because that's your biggest enemy. She don't want you to change. Yeah, look at that. She'll be all destructive with you and spiteful. She won't like it. But Harry, we're talking about the real you. We're talking about the real you, Harry. The one that matters. I don't want you going anywhere. I do not want you pushed, you know, but it's your own feelings on top of all the crap as well, you know, that you get each day. But anything you do now is really pointless, you know, as pointless as arguing with Megan. But when you get back on the right track, be ready, Harry. She's not going to like it. And that shows to me that this will work for you. This will work for you. It's not an easy, quick fix at all. And then you'll also need to do some healing. It took me about 3 years to begin healing. From things that I'd said, from things that I'd done, from things that had been done to me. In fact, do you know what? I'll tell you now. I never saw myself as a victim. I saw myself as a perpetrator, as being nasty, lashing out, destructive. And lastly, what will you, Harry, think of this reading? He's going to make an effort. He's going to make an effort. You know, it's harder to move on, so he understands what I'm saying, so that's good. And he's going to have to make a real effort. I know you don't believe me, Harry, but I swear to God, you know, this'll work for you. And we'll see you. You can already see that your missus isn't going to be happy. But you will be on that level. And then that means you can be a great father to your children. And if you must, be a great husband. And even more, be a great son. Because all of this leads you to realise that, you know, the royal family wasn't your enemy. That it's your brain, your thought processes, your brain chemistry, you know, the imbalance. I think you're going to do this, Harry. I do. I do. And I know when, you know, if you act now, oh my God, you could be ready to take on their world come Christmas, after Christmas, you know. You'll notice slow changes. And it'll improve your relationships. Absolutely, it will, you know. You found this is like a transformation here. You know, it's like enough is enough. I can't stay this way forever. I can't, you know, I'm feeling really bad. And you're sick of feeling bad. Happiness is fleeting for you. It'll last a few hours, maybe a day, and then it's back to the same old, okay? And no matter what you do, you'll be banging your head against a brick wall. It will bring you no success. It hasn't, has it, Harry, you know? Anyway, Harry, you can thank me for that later. So, yeah, check out Lamotrigine, talk about it, read it, you know, read it. But I'm telling you, it takes away the depression. It's the only one. It's the only one that's ever worked for me. And I tell you now, it'll be the only one that works for you. So, I hope you enjoyed that reading. I hope you found it insightful, Harry. But if you don't mind, I'm going to go back and slag you off. Okay. All right, Harry. Okay, Harry. I'll be back soon.